happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, man. If you have not done so, go outside and get some air today, man. It's a beautiful Sunday where I'm at. I hope it's beautiful where you are too, man. If you have not done so already, hit that subscribe button. Today we have an exclusive, man. We have none other than Davon Bennett, aka King Von, man. We have an arrest report for him from back in 2018. So like I said, if you have not done so, hit that subscribe button and thumb up the video, and be sure to turn your notification bells on because I will be going live soon, and we will be doing some live case reads and so forth, just to keep the engagement going with the content in the channel and my subscribers. Definitely subscribe. I will be bringing more content just like this. Next week is new potential week for more Foia requests to come in that you don't want to miss. All right. That out the way, we got none other than Davon Bennett today, man. We got a couple documents I want to read through. So let's do it. All right, we have a Chicago Police Department arrest report for a one Bennett Davon. And he is listed as a male, black, 5'11", 140 pounds, brown eyes, black hair, dreadlock hairstyle, medium brown complexion, with an image of him there. The incident arrest date, they arrested him was October 22nd, 2018 at 17:30 hours, and he seems to be was in Parkway Gardens in a residence. The charges that he was charged with on this date would be cannabis MFG/DEL 30 to 500 grams, and this would be a felony type of cannabis charge. Felony review was denied on October 22nd, 2018 at 23:40 hours by the ASA. Recovered narcotics, suspected type, approximately 112 grams, which they estimate at $1,000, or over $1,000, like almost 1.8K. All right. And our next document we get to the narrative for this. Let's see. History. Arriving officers executed a search warrant redacted at the address of 6412 South King Drive, first floor, inside the Parkway Gardens apartment complex. The residence was secured. The above listed subject, Bennett, was found to be in possession of 3 semi-automatic pistols, a Springfield Armory XD 45 caliber, Glock 31, 357 loaded with a see-through 30-round mag, and a Smith & Wesson 40 caliber. The 3 weapons were recovered from inside a suitcase. After being advised rights, Bennett stated, "I just got in from Atlanta this morning, and I don't know anything about them guns, and those clothes in that suitcase don't fit me." Bennett was also found in possession of $3,120 U.S. currency. But pending bank count, the U.S. currency was inventoried and seized after K9 Nico positive identification to the presence of narcotics on the U.S. currency. Narcotics packaging, a scale, and estimated 112 grams of cannabis. Bennett was then redacted for processing, and once a redacted, Bennett was advised rights again at 21:10 hours. Bennett stated, "I just back for New York this morning, and the clothes in that suitcase don't fit me, and that suitcase was sitting on the other side of the couch." UUW by felon charges rejected by ASA Bryce Clayton. No body worn cameras during this arrest. Additional information. Name check was clear. Gang affiliation, Black Disciples, Oblock member, man. Wow. So yeah, it seems maybe he got called back into Oblock, and he had, man, guns and weed on him. And seems to me like this might have been like a setup almost, man. Like, cause how did they get there right away? Yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. We have a summary of an investigation here. On October 22nd, 2018, responding officers and members of Narcotics Division Team EO4 formulated a plan to execute a search warrant at 6412 South King Drive, Apartment 1B East. All right. Responding officers processed 6412 South King Drive, Apartment 1B East. Responding officers knocked on the apartment door and announced office for the police presence. Responding officers heard people inside, and a female subject, KNA Desiree Williams, came to the back door. Desiree Williams let responding officers into the apartment where she was detained along with male subject, NKA Davon Bennett, who was sitting at a table in the kitchen. A pat-down search on Bennett revealed a large sum of money in 20s, 50s, and $100 bills. Sergeant O'Toole asked him where the money come from. He stated, not verbatim, he just got back from Atlanta. He did a concert with the rapper Little Durk. Responding officers asked Bennett where he got the U.S. currency, and Bennett responded, I'm a rapper. Sergeant O'Toole asked again how much he had. Again, he stated, but not verbatim, he had around $3,100. Sergeant O'Toole explained to both of them that the responding officers were executing a search warrant and Letitia Fonville was the target of the warrant, who was not home during the execution of the search warrant. Both Williams and Bennett stated, not verbatim, that they didn't know her. Responding officers did a systematic search of the apartment and observed a blue suitcase next to the couch. Police officer redacted started to search the suitcase and observed a semi-automatic pistol in the front pocket and in the back pocket. Observed two more semi-automatic pistols. While police officer redacted was bringing the suitcase into another room to search the rest of the contents of the suitcase. Responding officers examined the suitcase and found and recovered from the front pocket a XD-45 ACP loaded with 13 rounds in the back pocket, a Glock 31 Austria 357 BS with a 30-round magazine, and a M&P 40 caliber semi-automatic stainless with 15-round magazine. There were male clothes, jeans, underwear, shirts, socks, speed stick deodorant inside the main area of the suitcase. As police officer redacted was bringing the suitcase back into the living room, Bennett blurted out, but not verbatim, those clothes in that suitcase don't fit me. I had a backpack that I brought into the apartment when myself and Desiree Williams walked into the apartment earlier. The backpack is on the couch. Responding officers observed the clothing and believed that the male clothing did not match the size of Bennett. Responding officers observed the clothing and believed that the male clothing did not match the size. Police officers redacted took a photo of the blue suitcase in front of the couch. Bennett again blurted out, hey, that suitcase was on the other side of the couch, alerting officers that he was very aware of the original location of said suitcase. Responding officers conducted a systematic search of the apartment and found and recovered from a closet on top shelf in the foyer a large plastic bag that contained 4 sandwich bags, each containing suspect cannabis, a Glock 26 semi-auto with an extended magazine loaded on the bottom shelf, and a S&W model 6699mm with an extended magazine loaded, a glass jar that contained a black sock with a clear bag inside that contained numerous rounds of ammunition. Responding officers found and recovered from the kitchen container next to the table where Bennett was seated a digital scale, narcotics packaging, which consisted of a box of sandwich bags, which contained numerous bags which mirrored the packaging of the cannabis, which was photographed and recovered. Police officer redacted found a piece of toilet tissue which contained live rounds in the kitchen drawer. Police officer redacted found 3 letters addressed to Letitia Fonville at 6412 South King Drive. Reporting officers found recovered from bedroom number 1 inside a cardboard box a bundle of narcotics packaging. A name check on Desiree Williams via OEMC revealed an outstanding warrant for her, a previous case having nothing to do with this investigation. Bennett was placed into custody. Both Bennett and Williams were advised rights. Bennett stated, not verbatim, he just got in from Atlanta. He doesn't know anything about the guns that were in that apartment. Bennett and Williams were then transported to Unit 189 for processing. A copy of search warrant was left on the table in the kitchen and no damage to any doors. Responding officers counted the bundle of U.S. currency that Bennett had on his person, which turned out to be $3,120, pending official bank count. Sergeant O'Toole contacted K9, who arrived at Home Square police officer along with his K9 partner Nico. The bundle of U.S. currency was placed in an envelope and put behind a printer in the hallway. Police officer Salvetti gave Nico the command to search for narcotics. Nico began to sniff the area. Nico gave a positive indication presence of narcotics within the bundle of U.S. currency. All right. And responding officers and police officer redacted again advised Bennett of his rights at 21:10 hours and asked him about the guns that were recovered. Bennett stated again, not verbatim, that I just got back from New York and with a backpack, and he doesn't know anything about the guns or the cannabis. This statement is inconsistent with his previous statement concerning his previous location. During this time, Sergeant O'Toole contacted the ATF due to the recent shooting that happened at a funeral at 9200 block of Cottage Grove earlier in the day. Responding officers had informed information that the possible shooter was from the Parkway Gardens home. ATF agents arrived at Homan Square and they debriefed Bennett in the presence of Sergeant O'Toole. Responding officers contacted Felony Review ASA Clayton, called back in approximately 23:15 hours. Felony charges were rejected for UUW by a felon. Williams was taken to central detention for processing. After she was processed, police officer redacted and police officer redacted asked if she observed Bennett wearing a wearing a backpack when they both walked into the apartment located at 6412 South King Drive. Williams related to responding officers that she did not observe Bennett carrying a backpack into the apartment. At this time, responding officers returned to Homan Square for processing. This case is closed due to the execution of a search warrant. Wow. And that takes us to the end of that document for King Von, man. If you have not done so, hit that subscribe button and thumb up this video. Have a great Sunday. Peace.